Hey, my name is Anthony Parker, and today I'm going to teach you the greatest guitar lick in rock and roll history. Now, let's back up for a second. Obviously, art is subjective. What I mean by the greatest is that it is the most important guitar lick of all time. Legendary guitarists such as Jimi Hendrix, T-Bone Walker, Chuck Berry, David Gilmour, Jimmy Page, and many others have been using this lick for years. Once you've learned how to play this lick, you are going to notice it everywhere in rock and roll. And of course in the blues, which is where it originated. I call it the diving board lick because from my perspective, it's the perfect lick to launch you off into the swimming pool full of awesome guitar solos. Not only am I going to show you how to play this lick, but I'm also going to show you how I use it to teach my guitar students how to solo. The lick uses your pentatonic scale. Stripped down to its bare bones, here it is. Pretty simple, right? All we're doing here is we're bending the 3rd string, 7th fret, a whole step, and then double stopping the 5th fret of the 1st and 2nd string and playing them 2nd string first, and then 1st string. If it sounds familiar, that's because you've heard it a bunch of times, but usually it's sandwiched in a much longer phrase, such as this phrase from Comfortably Numb. And then there's some variations like this phrase from Stairway to Heaven. Or this lick that Joe Walsh uses to enter into the Hotel California solo. So the way I teach it to my students is, of course, first the basic lick itself. And then I'll have them do a very basic phrase coming after the lick like this. Something real simple to start. And then I'll tell them to tweak it, come up with a bunch of different ways to play that same lick and phrase. So, or, you know, things like that. So the first step for taking this lick and turning it into some cool soloing ideas is just make up a bunch of different phrases to come after the initial lick. The second step might be to actually tweak the lick itself. So instead of always just going, you could go, Brian Setzer did that on Stray Cat Strut. Or reverse the double stop like this. There's a lot of variations that you can do with this lick/phrase idea. So then the last step would be just to find yourself a nice blues backing track, you know, something like this. Just search on YouTube for a 12-bar blues backing track and pick whatever key you want to play it in. And just practice improvising using the lick and different phrase ideas coming after the lick. Ultimately, this won't be the only thing that you're going to do when you're soloing, but it's a really good thing to have in your back pocket to throw into solos at any point in time. As I said, now that you know how to play it, go back and listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, David Gilmour, and you're going to hear that lick all over the place. Before we go, let me teach you a few examples of some phrases you can throw after the lick. There you go. Have some fun with those. Tweak them, make them your own, come up with a bunch of variations, and then throw them into a guitar solo playing over a backing track that you found online.